Welcome to CEC Lectures. Myself, Dr. Preeti Jagmani. I am Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from Aryabhat College, University of Delhi. So, before introducing formally today's topic, let me give you a sense of that particular problem which we are going to discuss today. So, have you ever wondered, all of us use this smartphone nowadays, and have you ever thought about the algorithm which is behind the we can say which is behind the process of the text which is giving us the spellings. That's, for example, I am trying to write, let's say, automatic, so AUTO, and the moment I type M, or maybe before that some related spellings pop up on the screen of the mobile. So, what actually is that algorithm? So, that is the algorithm which we are going to discuss today, and today our problem is all about string matching. So, let me introduce this string matching problem in a formal sense. This string matching problem says that if we are given a string, a text, let's say S, and the problem of string matching is all about finding whether a particular pattern, that pattern is also of some text, that pattern is occurring in S, yes or no, and if it is occurring in the text, then the idea is to return the position of S or position in S wherever this P is occurring. Let us try to understand this with the help of an example. Now, let's say I am having an text which is, let's say, this is a text, and my pattern is all about saying test as it is shown on the screen. So, the idea of string matching algorithm is to look for this particular pattern which is TEST within our given text. The given text is, this is a text, and we need to look for this TEST, occurrence of this TEST into that input. So, yes, here this pattern is very well occurring into input text, and we can say the output of a string matching algorithm will say that yes, pattern is found within this particular text, and this pattern is found at index 10, because the test is beginning at 11th position, starting from 0 as we do in arrays. It is coming at index 10. So, yes, pattern is found at index 10. This is what the output is going to be. So, this is the algorithm which we are going to study in quite detail, we can say. Another we can say tweaking, not actually a tweaking, but a variant, a kind of very simple little variant of this problem is, we can have pattern with multiple occurrences of we can have text with multiple occurrences of that pattern. For example, I am having a text which is shown on the screen A, B, A, and this goes till A, and the pattern which I am looking for is A, B, A. Now, comparing, we can say that A, B, A, yes, it is found at 0. Then at index number 9, we again have A, B, A, and then at 12 we again have this pattern A, B, A. So, what point I am trying to establish here is, you can have a text with a single occurrence of the pattern, you can have the text without any occurrence of the given pattern, or you can have a text in which pattern is there with multiple occurrences, and this is what we are going to deal today. But before going into the algorithms of string matching, let us try to see what are the applications or what are the usage areas of this string matching algorithm. So, string matching algorithm, the first I can say, which I have introduced in the kind of starting of the lecture, that is automatic kind of a spell checker or automatic spelling suggestion, we can say. That is one of the applications. Then we have plagiarism detection. Plagiarism detection is all about detecting the copied material, or this is actually used to detect similarity between the text and the output will be that whether the work is original or it is plagiarized. So, in plagiarism detection we variable use string matching algorithm, because plagiarism is all about matching and noting down the similarities between text. Then we have bioinformatics and DNA sequencing. So, looking at the example which I have given for multiple occurrences, which was AABA, AACD or something like that. So, some of you who are not aware of kind of bioinformatics and DNA sequencing, they must be worried, or they must be thinking that what kind of weird pattern is this, what kind of weird text is this, I mean AABACA, what it is giving us. So, basically we can say this is a very well kind of relevant text in bioinformatics and DNA sequence, in which where there are some 4 letters using which the whole DNA sequence is formed, and that DNA sequence is all about repeating those characters A, D, T and G repeatedly. So, yes, these strings, not only from the computer science perspective, but these weird looking weird, these texts actually are very relevant from bioinformatics and DNA sequencing. So, string matching algorithm and DNA analysis are both collectively used for finding the occurrences of the pattern set. That is one more example of a string matching algorithm. Moving further, we can have field of digital forensics also use this string matching algorithm in order to locate specific text strings of interest in the in their text of the domain of digital forensics. Then we have that spelling checker or automatic spelling suggestion, which we discussed in the beginning. So, if the text will be taken as input, and there is some predefined set of patterns, and if any predefined pattern occurs, it is given as the spelling suggestion, and it is shown by reaching the acceptance state, we can say. Then we have spam filters. Spam filters in the sense, let us say in the field of machine learning, you are developing a model of trying to detect whether this particular email is a spam or not. So, how a model will detect whether a particular email is a spam or not? That is done depending on suspected spam keywords. Those suspected spam keywords are searched in the content of email which we are trying to analyze, I can say, and for this we use string matching algorithms. So, then the content will be classified as spam or not spam. So, string matching algorithm is going to be used there. Then we have search engines or content search in large databases. So, this is kind of well explanatory in itself. Here string matching algorithms are used because the data is stored in databases, and in order to categorize and organize data efficiently, these string matching algorithms are used, and these string matching algorithm will make this easier for someone to find information they are searching for. So, these are all actually very well common examples of usage of string matching algorithms. Now, looking at what and which algorithms actually are available for this string matching work. So, string matching algorithm, if I can say, can be which kind of well known string matching algorithms are 4 string matching algorithms. One is naive string matching algorithm, another one is Robin-Karp string matching algorithm. Then we have KMP, which is better known as Kuntz-Morris-Pratt string matching algorithm, and the final one is string matching which is done with the help of finite automata. So, these 4 are well known categories. I am not saying that the list is exhaustive, there can be many other algorithms which are used for string matching, but the 4 well known algorithms are these: naive, Robin-Karp, KMP and string matching with finite automata. So, here we are going in this series of analysis of algorithms, we are going to deal with 2 string matching algorithms among these 4, and these are naive string matching algorithm and KMP, which is Kunt-Morris-Pratt algorithm. And now let us try to explore these algorithms one by one. So coming to naive string matching algorithm. So we have understood that what actually string matching algorithm problem is all about. So we are looking for a particular pattern in a we can say in a text. So here let's say the text is of binary numbers, and this binary numbers are very well the text is very well relevant in domain of computer science, and then we have a pattern which is 111 and we have a text. So what are we looking for? We are looking for exactly where this 111 is available. So how naive string matching algorithm is going to work with this search? So that's a kind of, I can say a straightforward linear search, which is a kind of the first thing which comes up into someone's mind, that how are we looking, how are we going about looking this pattern 111 in the given text. So let's see how this naive string matching algorithm works. So we have a text and then we have a pattern. So what are we going to do? So this is a kind of sliding window thing. So we will be matching the first character of text with the first character of pattern. If we are going to find a match, then we will increment the counters of text as well as for pattern. Increment the counter means we are if given the first character as a match, then we will go for the second character, and then if second character is given a match, then we will go for going to third character. But here in the case which we have taken as example, for example 1 in the first space of text and pattern is matching very well, but whenever I am going to shift the counters of text as well as pattern, that means now I am looking for the next character. So next character in text, as you can see on the screen, is 0, while for pattern it is 1. That means there is a mismatch. So naive string matching algorithm says, now we will not continue this, and then my pattern will be shifted by one place. Pattern will be shifted by one place. That means now we will be comparing the second letter or the index 1 of the text with index 0 of the pattern as shown in the figure, and here 0 is compared with 1. Obviously we are going to have a mismatch. Then my pattern is again slided or again shifted, and this shift is obviously being maintained by a counter being noted, because we will be needing it at the end as an output. So earlier in the first cycle, I can say the shift S was 0, and we have placed 3 characters of the pattern along with the initial 3 characters of the text, and one of them got a match also. Then the second character did not match, and then we shifted the pattern. That means now my shift is equals to 1. So shift is equals to 1, and now I am comparing 0 and 1, no match. Then next my shift is equals to 2. So in case of 2, the first character in case of shift is equals to 2, the first character of the text which is at index 2 is 1, is matching with 1, then the next one is obviously matching, and the third one is obviously matching, as you can see on the screen. So we have got kind of this thing, a matching. So yes, I can say S is equals to 2 has resulted as a valid shift, and this is what actually we were looking for. We are looking for how many valid shifts are possible. So in a way we are looking for how many occurrences of those pattern are there. So valid shift is another, you can say term which can be used for indexes, or which can be used to predict the result, we can say. Now coming to next, so here all the characters of this pattern have been matched, and now what we are going to do, we are going to shift this S to 3. That means again my pattern will be shifted by 1. Shifted by 1 here means now the 0th character of my pattern will be compared with I plus 1th character of the text, I can say. So, here you can see on the screen, in case of S is equals to 3, there are still there are 2 matches, one is matched with 1 and similarly on the next position, but for for j is equals to 2. So, j is maintaining a counter of your pattern, while let us say I is maintaining the counter for text. So, I here is having a value of I can say 5. So, I is equals to 5 and j is equals to 2 are not matching because they are 0 and 1. So, S is equals to 3 is not a valid shift, then we will increment the pattern, increment the shift. Now, shift has gone to, as it is shown on the screen, now shift has gone to S is equals to 4. Now, in case of S is equals to 4, what is happening? In case of S is equals to 4, we still have one character matching, which is the 0th character of the pattern, but coming to the first character or the index 1 of the pattern, it is not matching. So, we will be shifting this pattern again, and now my shift is equals to S is equals to 5, and in case of S is equals to 5, I am trying to match 0 with 1 as it is shown on the screen. So, obviously, there is a mismatch, not a valid match or not a valid shift. So, within 3, 4 and 5 we have not encountered any valid shift. So, now I am going one step further, and whenever I am going one step further, now my S is become equals to S is now 6, and then this will be compared with the next character, which is the I plus 1th character of the text. So, let us see what is happening here. So, in case of S is equals to 6, I matched the 0th character, I am getting it, then for character 1 again I am getting it, and then for character 2 again I am getting a match. So, all the 3 characters of pattern has been matched, and this is a shift which is S is equals to 6. So, yes, I can say S is equals to 6 is a valid shift, and before that one valid shift was given at S is equals to 2. So, the occurrences of pattern which we are looking for are basically found at 2 at 6. This is what we can we can conclude from this whole study. Now, coming back to we will go again for a shift where S is equals to 7, and in S is equals to 7, in the given example I am not finding any complete match. 0th character of pattern is matching, first character of pattern is also matching, but not the last character, which is the second character. So, second character is not matching. So, we can say pattern has not been found at the shift of S is equals to 7. So, here in the given example we have seen the results of pattern matching as S is equals to 2 and as S is equals to 6. So, 2 valid shifts we have encountered, S is equals to 2 and S is equals to 6. So, coming to the algorithmic approach of this naive string matching algorithm. The algorithm is I can say pretty simple in the sense, what are we actually doing? Nothing. We are just shifting the pattern in the I can say we are taking a momentum like we are sliding a window, and we are just seeing whether all the characters are matched. If matched, note it down, if not matched, increment by 1 or something like that. So, assuming n is equals to the length of text and m is the length of pattern, and what are we going to do? So, for S is equals to 0 to n minus m. So, n minus m will be the total number of shifts, because let us say I am having a text which is of let us say 7 characters, and I want to look for a pattern which is of 3 characters. So, my last shift will be at the character number 5, 6, 7. So, those character number 5, 6, 7 I will be trying to match with the characters of your pattern. So, I will not be moving to the character number 6, because 6 and 7 are only 2 characters and my pattern is of 3 characters. So, obviously, I am not covering the whole kind of length, but I am covering the length from 0 to n minus m. So, for s is equals to 0 to n minus m, what are we looking for? We are looking for that if 1 to m characters of pattern are matching with s plus 1 to s plus m characters of the text, then we are we can say noting down, or we are keeping that shift s as a valid shift, or we can say that we need to print that pattern is occurring with shift s. So, I mean it's a kind of pretty simple example. Now, coming to the next thing after going through this naive string matching algorithm is when is the best case and when is the worst case of this naive string matching algorithm occurs. So, coming to best case says that my first character of pattern is not present at all in the text. So, what will happen? This pattern 0 is not going to be matched with any index in the text, and then obviously I will not be kind of incrementing within the pattern. I will just shift the pattern instead, and by shifting how many shifts I will be saying, because there is not going to be any comparison, because my comparison is failing at even at the position number 1. So, my comparison now is failing at the position number 1, then I need not to increment the counters of pattern, and we are just shifting the pattern 1 character in each iteration of the loop. So, number of comparisons in the best case is going to be order n, and that n, where this n is nothing but the length of text. That is the best case. This is the case where my algorithm is going to take least time. What about worst case? So, worst case, there can be 2 worst case when all the characters of the text and pattern are same. Just as an example shown on the screen, my text is having all A's and so is my pattern is having all A. So, what is happening? So, let us say 5 A's are there in the pattern, I will be incrementing S by 5, and then so I will be incrementing the inner loop counter by 5, and then I will be shifting the pattern by 1 position only, and then I will match, okay, a match. Every position I am going to have as a match, and what is happening? For every shift I am comparing 5 times, because the length of the pattern is 5. So, in some such situations I am having the worst case, because my algorithm is working hard to find all those kinds of valid shifts, which is kind of, we can say, all are valid shifts here. Another worst case could be when only the last character of the pattern is different. For example, let us say I am having the pattern as AAB, and you can see the text on the screen. So, for s is equals to 0, it will compare 4A, fine, valid, and now it will fail on the 5th position, that is the index number 4, it is going to fail. It will shift by 1, then compare all 4 A's, okay, failed at the last position. So, here the number of comparison in the worst case, we can say, is going to be order of m into n minus m plus 1. So, which is giving me a complexity of order m n. So, here in this lecture what we have seen, we have understood the string matching problem, then we have seen what are the practical real life applications of string matching problem are, and then we have seen the simplest but the most complex example of a string matching algorithm, that is naive string matching algorithm. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.